I want to talk about the Canelo Rocky Fielding fight. If anybody's seen that, if it was a fight at all. Anyway, it was a good showing by Canelo. I thought he looked pretty good, but it seemed like it just wasn't a good fight. It wasn't a good fight, man. It was one sided. Even though Rocky Fielding had the size, he didn't utilize his size to make it a competitive fight because we knew Canelo, is pretty good. But Rocky Fielding, we really don't know, pretty much who he is. I think Liam Smith knocked him out in the first round. So this guy, I'm not calling him a bum, but I don't know about you, but it looked like he just took a dive. I mean, he didn't even make the fight competitive, man. I think boxing is in the era we want to see the best fight the best. But in this instance, in this fight, we didn't see that. It was just one sided. I don't like watching one sided boxing matches, man. And that's why I pretty much deal with mostly heavyweights because the heavyweight division, it should be close. I'm sometimes I'm surprised it even go 12 rounds with the heavyweight with someone not being knocked out or they just both exhausted. But in this fight, it's different because these are smaller weight. This is 168, I believe. Canelo moved up the fight at 168. But it's very clear, man. The guy fought a bottom feeder. That's who Rocky Fielding is. He's a doorman for 168, man. He's a doorman. Anybody can come in on him. I mean, this is. I think the zone. This is what I think the zone was doing. They clearly allow people to just watch this for free. That's what I believe. I believe that this is. I believe the next fight that Canelo has, which is probably Cinco de Mayo, that's when he usually fights a big name guy. But this fight specifically, I believe the zone was like, hey, go ahead. We just gonna try to advertise you as much as we can on fighting Rocky Fielding, and and we just gonna just wait till Cinco de Mayo to make money because I don't think they made anything with this. They didn't recoup anything with this. I believe everybody watched this for free, and thank goodness because it wasn't really a boxing match worth watching if you ask me. Uh, if you watch Canelo's body language, man, the dude has so much confidence, man. He has a lot of confidence. He's a dog. He's a good fighter, man. He got some skills, man. He's a dog. I'm thinking about the opponent he's fighting. It's very clear that this guy, I don't know what to say, man. This guy's a boxer. I don't know, man. It just I truly believe that Canelo's next fight has to be either against Jacobs or one of the Charlo brothers at least. I mean, Andre is a good one. I mean, he should fight somebody who's gonna give him some competition. Triple G maybe. But I mean, if you Canelo and you looking at Triple G 3, if they're gonna fight again, I mean, what do you have to prove in that fight? If you beat him, okay, well you beat him before. So I mean, unless it's just strictly for money, maybe people tune in to buy the zone to watch it. So I don't know, but Canelo, man, this fight was I thought it was gonna be somewhat competitive. I thought that Fielding was gonna show something, but he didn't show nothing. He didn't show nothing, man. I mean, when he took a knee and he looked at the ref, man, he was like, man, I got paid. So I'm not saying he took a dive, but hey, man, it looks like it. It looks like it, man. So I mean, I'm looking forward to Canelo's next fight, man. I think his next fight has to be against somebody that's pretty good. because I don't want to hear him fighting a no name. I think Danny Jacobs maybe, but I think he can beat Danny Jacobs, man. I want to see him fight somebody where I think he's gonna lose, like Jamal Charlo. I think he'll lose to him. You know, I mean, Andre, I think that'll be a close fight. You know, I mean, he has to fight somebody better than these Rocky field hands, and you know, I mean, he has to fight somebody Smith, Leon. These guys are gatekeepers, man. You have to fight somebody good, man. We want to see the best has to fight the best. I think that's where you get your money's worth. If you are on these apps, you know, if you on these apps, you unless you're watching it for free, you know. And boxing, that sport is way too dangerous just to be fighting like that, man. You can't go in because usually when you go in, you get carried out, man. But boxing is too serious, man. But I truly believe that boxers in every weight class should fight the best. Who's the best? Canelo has a lot of belts, but there's a lot of guys even in his weight class, the 154, maybe the 160, because he fought this one at 168. There's a lot of good fighters down, you know, in 154, 160, that 165. That is pretty good. But he's not fighting that those top guys. You know, he'll fight Triple G. I mean, Triple G had so many flaws, you know, but he fought him anyway, and he looked pretty good, and that's good. You know, maybe he say, hey, I fought Triple G a couple of times. It was a big fight, and now I'm gonna step back and fight somebody who I know I can beat, and maybe my next fight it'll be more of a challenge, man. So that's all I have to say about this fight, man. It wasn't a fight at all, man. I hope Triple G fights the Charlo brother. I mean, at least one of them, or Demetrius Andrade. Well, one of them, man. He has to fight somebody. Danny Jacobs. I don't know about I think Danny Jacobs to me he's good, but I don't think he can beat Canelo. I think Canelo, even though he showed really good against Triple G, I'll watch it. You know, if he fights Jacobs next, you know, I'll check it out. But I truly believe, but I think I know what's going on here. I think I know what's going on. I'm not Triple G. Canelo is promoted by Oscar De La Hoya, the Golden Boy. Now, if you guys don't remember De La Hoya's career, remember when he beat Sweet Pea, that was pretty much his last big win fight. I mean, and that was in the 90s. But in 1999, when he fought Trinidad, he lost. That was a big fight. When he fought Hopkins, he lost. And those were top guys. And I think with Canelo, I think he's being very cautious. I believe that he's gonna guide Canelo into a way where he can maneuver around those great top fighters, and not do what he did, because he racked up like 2 and 3 losses fighting the best at his weight. And I think he looks at Canelo's, hey, you're not gonna go through what I go through, because I got losses on my record. That, you know, even though he was the Golden Boy, he took a lot of fights, but he lost. He took a lot of big fights. They were big, but he lost his big fights. So I'm thinking that he's looking at Canelo and God in his career like, look, you're gonna have one big fight every other year. You know, he already had the Triple G fight earlier in the mid this year, which was earlier this year he was supposed to fight Triple G, but that was canceled. And then he fought him in September. So it's and then that's considered a big fight. So after that, he took like a easy fight. So maybe once a year he fights a big fight, you know, instead of doing what Oscar had a big fight like every fight, but he lost them all. And I think what he's doing to Canelo is like, look, I'm not gonna put you through the gauntlet like I went through the gauntlet, fighting the top guys back to back to back to back. You know, you'll rack up a lot of losses that way. And he already lost to Floyd Mayweather. So, and I think he's looking at that. Hey, look, I'm not gonna have you fighting the top guys. You're gonna fight the lower tier guys. And I think that's what Canelo is. That's what Oscar De La Hoya is guiding Canelo to fight more of the lower tier guys. More than he fight the top guys. Because he can fight the top guys back to back, but he's not gonna do that. So for every big fight he has, he's gonna fight. For every top tier fight he has, he's gonna fight somebody lower tier. And after lower tier, maybe the year after that, he'll fight somebody big, like on Cinco de Mayo, which he does every year since his career has gotten off the ground. So, but anyway, man, I would like to see him fight Jamal Charlo. I think that'll just be huge. That'll just be huge. But I don't think he's gonna do that. I think he's gonna fight either David Lemieux, Billy Joe. So I think he's gonna go that route because he knows he'll pretty much have the edge in those fights. But in Charlo fight, he's not gonna have an edge, because Charlo is bigger, Charlo is stronger, But hey, it's a challenge because that's the same thing they said about Triple G, and he walked right through Triple G. So anyway, that's all I have to say, man. Peace out.